Tesla enters China, China becomes the world's largest EV exporter. Coincidence? I'm Andrea Shan. I tell business stories about China, global industry, and the systems behind the headlines. Today's question: how did Tesla help accelerate China's EV ecosystem? Not by building it from zero, but by changing its speed and scale. Over the next few minutes, we will follow 5 chapters. Why China allowed a wholly owned Tesla factory, how Shanghai became Tesla's key production node, the supplier effect, exports, and competition inside China. This is not just a Tesla story, it is a system story. Factories, suppliers, exports, competition, all accelerating at the same time. So start here. Why did China allow Tesla to build a wholly owned factory in its most strategic industry? For decades, foreign automakers had one way into China: the joint venture. A local partner, shared control, a system built for stability. We saw that word in episode 1, when Volkswagen and others built China inside that JV system. Then, the industry changed. Electric vehicles stopped being a side project. They became the main battlefield. And in 2018, China changed the rules for new energy vehicles. Foreign ownership limits were removed. For the first time, a foreign automaker could build a wholly owned EV factory. Tesla's Shanghai factory became the test case, not just of speed, but of control. The decision surprised many observers. For decades, full ownership had been impossible. Suddenly, Tesla could do something no foreign automaker had done before: build a wholly owned EV factory in China. The groundbreaking came in January 2019 in Lingang, on the edge of Shanghai's harbor. Tesla's first factory outside the United States. The question was no longer whether they could enter. It was how fast they could move once inside. Shanghai was built to answer one question: how fast can you actually scale? Groundbreaking, January 2019. Less than a year later, Model 3 were already leaving the production line. Tesla later said Shanghai reached production in under 10 months. Under 10 months. For the auto industry, that is extraordinarily fast. Why Shanghai? Location mattered. Lingang sits inside one of China's densest manufacturing clusters. Close to suppliers, close to ports, close to talent. Shanghai was not just a factory. It became Tesla's production engine in Asia. By 2024, Tesla reported 3 million vehicles produced in Shanghai, 1 million vehicles exported. It also listed capacity at nearly 1 million vehicles per year. Speed was not the exception. It was the result of system depth. Suppliers, logistics, and execution culture working together. A factory is only as fast as the network behind it. Tesla did not bring a full US supply chain to China. It plugged into China's supplier ecosystem, including battery giants like CATL. In 2021, CATL extended its supply agreement with Tesla through 2025, supplying lithium-ion cells for Model 3 and Model Y built in Shanghai. Panasonic and LG remained part of Tesla's global mix. But in China, local supply became the foundation of scale. From electronics to logistics, suppliers expanded alongside Tesla. Capacity expanded. Lead times shrank. Networks tightened. This is the supplier effect. One factory does not build an industry. It pulls an entire system forward. And China's battery ecosystem is now larger than any single automaker. CATL supplies cells across the global EV market to Tesla and many others. Tesla entered. Supplier scaled. The ecosystem thickened. Shanghai was never only about China. From the beginning, it was an export node. Cars built in Lingang go to Europe, Asia Pacific, and global markets beyond China. In 2024, Tesla said Shanghai had exported over 1 million vehicles. One factory, 1 million exports. And this connects back to episode 2. Because Europe's EV debate is not just about brands. It is about where cars are built. In 2025, nearly 1 million Chinese-made EVs were sold in Europe, up significantly year-on-year, according to the IEA. That includes the Chinese brands, but also foreign brands produced in China. The trade question is no longer simple. It is not just who built the brand. It is where was it manufactured. Even after EU tariffs, flows did not stop. Manufacturing simply adapted. China was no longer only the world's largest EV market. It had become one of its most important production platforms. While Tesla scaled, the market did not slow down. It accelerated. Tesla changed what customers expected. Faster software, faster charging, faster product cycles. But suppliers did not scale for Tesla alone. They scaled for the entire industry. Then competition intensified. BYD, Tesla, NIO, XPeng, and many others fighting in the same market. By 2025, price wars had pushed the industry into extreme competition. Margins tightened. Scale became increasingly important. No single company dominates every metric. Leadership depends on what you measure. Revenue, EV sales, total deliveries. The point is simple. Tesla did not dominate China's EV market. It accelerated it. Chinese competitors were already rising. Tesla just made the race faster and more global. Tesla did not build China's EV industry, but it helped accelerate it. Policy opened the door in 2018. Shanghai proved speed and scale. Suppliers expanded around the factory. Exports connected China to global markets. and competition intensified. Episodes 1, 2, and 3 form a triangle: China's domestic speed, Europe's external response, and the factories connecting both. Speed opens the door. Competition decides who stays ahead. Tesla's Shanghai factory is not the whole story of China's EV rise, but it is one of the clearest windows into how that system works. Tesla accelerated one factory. China accelerated an ecosystem. Policy, supply chains, exports, competition, all moving at once. I'm Andrea Shan. Thanks for watching.